The Art of Adventure.
The sweepstakes winner. I've been looking forward to... No! No!
Hey, I've been talking a long time. I sense movement. I need a new battery. Can you hear me? A new battery!
Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Return to Zork. This is certainly a blast from the past for me. I once played this at a friend's house and it scared me half to death when I was a kid, and it stuck with me all this time. I've not completed the game, but I have watched one or two LPs of the game before, so I'll generally know what I'm doing. So it's not really a blind playthrough or anything like that, but I'll do my best to show as many deaths as possible, because like all good old point-and-click games, we're going to die a lot. And it's quite thematic when you die. So let's get right to it, shall we? And start dying. But first off, we could see we've got this vulture here. Hello, vulture. We could talk to the vulture. We have this rock. We could put this rock in our inventory. So if we right-click, we'll be able to see our inventory. We've got a tape recorder, camera, photos, map, rock, teleorb, matches, and a knife. So we could, so if we click on the left here, we'll pick up the rock, or we could use the rock and examine it. A rock! Good for throwing at things! Funny about that. But let's first just examine this sign, shall we? The Valley of the Vultures. Population seems to be going down a tad. There's also this bonding plant here, which we could look at. It's a living bonding plant. We could try to pull it out. The vulture attacks you and wounds you. That's not very nice, vulture. Well, we're going to have to deal with this vulture, clearly. So let's pick up our knife and strike the vulture with the knife. Oh, it didn't work either. Well, how about we show the knife to the vulture in a display of intimidation? 3 pecks and you're out. That death sound is very iconic. That laughter and the theme that plays afterwards has stuck with me for so long, and I still get a little emotional every time I hear it. Not in a bad way, but it's just very cool. So let us reload the save that I have here. It's literally just the start of the game. So, if you're wondering, what do we do against this vulture? What we do is we pick up the rock, and we interact, and we throw the rock at the vulture. Nice throw. The vulture flies away, scoring us 2 points. And if I go up here to the menu, you can see we have 2 points out of 225. I can't promise we'll max out our points, but we will win the game. So we can now examine this sign without any problems. So we could now look at the bonding plant. So if we just pull this thing out, we're now carrying the bonding plant. We could put that into inventory. And if I have another look at the bonding plant, it's dead. Whoops. We'll have to deal with that later. Let's carry on. There's a lighthouse here.
Oh. I sense we're near the lighthouse. Ask that old fool how the road to the south is.
So just as a point of note, I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of editing to the sound afterwards just to cut out static noises that have happened with the DOSBox version. So actually what we're going to do now is this is actually a mistake, so I'm just going to immediately deal with it. And burn this bonding plant. You burnt the seed plant, but its seed will procreate again. Indeed it will. It's not back yet, but it will return. Alright, let's talk to this lighthouse keeper, shall we?
What's that? Who's there? Who are you? What's the password? I can't let you in without the password. And don't try swordfish. I know it's not that. I tried it myself. I couldn't get in. So I know it's not that. Well, we haven't had any visitors here since, I don't know how long. You must be another one of Rupert's sweepstakes winners, huh? Okay, what's the password? Did you say the password? I can't remember. I can't let you in without the password, so you must have already said it, huh?
Guess we outwitted that guy pretty quickly, eh? Here's the lighthouse keeper. Let's say hello to the lighthouse keeper.
It's a good thing you knew the password. It's not safe out there.
Let's be fascinated.
Those buzzards will steal everything that's not nailed down. Sticky fingers. I'd say magnetic.
Magnetic fingers?
One of them flew by and my shovel flew off after it. Down the road to the south, East and West Shanbar used to span the Northern River. But East Shanbar just up and disappeared, and West Shanbar just went south. Well, actually, it didn't just disappear. It sort of, gradually disappeared. First the inn, the general store, the Mudok's place. It's eerie. Even half the bridge is gone. You look up there. Runs on illuminite. But you don't know what illuminite is. It glows brighter than swamp gas.
So there's a lot of information there very quickly. So there's this town called Shanabar, I believe, that half of it seems to have disappeared. We'll have to look into that. But now we can either talk again, so as you could see we could use emotions there to provoke different responses from Mr. Lighthouse Keeper. We can now ask about their inventory. Like at the Teleorb, for example.
I've seen him before. Come with that phony timeshare swindler, huh?
Yeah, so the backstory is we're here at the Valley of the Sparrows, which has been renamed the Valley of the Vultures since we got here, because we won a sweepstakes competition in our letterbox that had the Teleorb in it, and the guy that then freaked out as soon as we looked at him. We have a different person in there instead. Wizard Trimbile, as it turns out. So, we could ask about our matches.
Thank you. I never smoke.
He doesn't smoke, apparently. And we could ask about our knife. Surprisingly, he has nothing to say. Well then, we can now ask about our map. So for example, we could ask about West Shanbar. He has nothing to say. What about the road to the south?
The road to the south is impassable. Absolutely impossible to pass. Impassable.
Seems it's pretty impassable. Let's end our conversation. We'll put our knife back in our inventory. Thank you, Lighthouse Man. We'll be back later. Apparently the lighthouse runs on illuminite. We'll learn more about that in time too.
Let me know if you find any extra aluminum I could use it.
Fair enough.
That old bore. Oh, that reminds me. Did you hear the one about the appetite? About the appetite of the wild boar in the forest of the spirit?
I think this teleorb needs some new batteries. The wizard was trying to warn us of this. So the road to the south is impassable, I hear you say. Really now? Let's try this thing out. The road to the south? Ha! It's just a road. Look at that. Nothing can live here. Not even you. Guess the road to the south didn't work out after all. Yeah, this literally is a kill screen. It turns out we can learn this a little bit later, but I believe, lore-wise, this area is infested with hellhounds, and they just insta-gib you. So yes, we have to head over here instead. We have these vines and wooden planks. We could put the wooden planks in our inventory, but they're too heavy. We could look at the vines. Strong climbing vines. Fair enough. Let's put them in inventory. Can't get it that way. Pick up the vines? Nope. Pull out the vines. The vines prove resistant to pulling. Clearly, we'll have to use our knife. Let us now dig up the vines. The roots are too deep. What about cutting the vines? Yes, we're now carrying the vines. Let us now tie them to these wooden planks. We built a raft with vines and wooden planks. Indeed we did. Let us now hop on board, shall we? And swim past the water wheel and onto the half of the bridge, apparently. We automatically leap up. And we're now at West Shanbar, and our raft drifts away after you jump onto the bridge. It's time to save the game again. We'll save this one. Yes! Look at the facial expressions. Okay, no way! Miles will give it a proper name. Alright. West Shanbar. Yes, that's good. So, there are many ways to die in West Shanbar. For example, we could try crossing the bridge. Did you have to try to cross the bridge? Such a shame. I do love the stained glass window effect though. It's very, very atmospheric. So, not a good idea to go down over the bridge here. So there's several buildings that we have access to. Over here is a schoolhouse, there's an abandoned building, a toy store, and the mayor's office. There's also the mill further along here, which we can access by doing that. So for now, let's head to this abandoned building. It's a hardware store. This place is pretty desolate. Fortunately, there's a way to die here as well. If we pick up these mice and put them in our inventory, let's have a look at the mice, shall we? We can't even examine them. Rodent warning, danger ahead. What sort of danger are you talking about? Another rodent disease. Hantavirus victim. Well then. That's not the way to carry the mice. To be honest, I've yet to determine any actual use for the mice, but we could still carry them. If we look at this box, which is a wooden box, we can put this box in our inventory. Then we can acquire the mice, pick them up, and drop them into the box. Like so. That makes the mice safe for transporting. The diseased mice you put in the box. There you go, diseased mice, eh? We'll also grab this crank and put this into our inventory as well. Let's examine it. It's an old crank handle. This will no doubt come in useful. After all, we've played Resident Evil. We've not finished Resident Evil. But we have played it, and cranks are important. But that'll be all for this particular episode of Let's Play Return to Zork. When we come back, we'll continue to investigate the other buildings here at West Sandbar, and we'll see what's going on the eastern side in due course. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here at KonfluxGames.